Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to cover AlgoSniper, which is another one of these TradingView indicators. I've reviewed so many of these over the last year, it's crazy, but this one is actually really good, so stick around and make sure you listen to my brief review of this. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll find this is something you might want to try for yourself. They do have a 7-day trial, so I'll leave a link in the description below where you can go and get that 7-day trial. Before we get started, wanted to bring to your attention a couple of things. The first one is if you're interested in getting the course which we have, which is Learn How to Win 90% of Your Trades in Just 90 Seconds. This is a free email course. I'll leave a link in the description below. You just sign up for it with your name and email address, and this gets sent to you. It's all about how to sell options for premium from Lance at thetatraders.com, who's an expert options seller. And he's also doing another webinar with me. So we do these webinars periodically. He's doing a Covered Strangles webinar, which is going to be talking about his service, which has had a 100% win rate in 2024, and he's grown his account 84% using this Covered Strangles strategy. I'll leave a link to this prize draw, so if you want to come to the webinar, just put in your email and your name here, and it'll take you to the welcome page, and you'll be entered into the prize draw for the Covered Strangles webinar, which will be on Saturday, so just a few days from now. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll hopefully draw a prize, a winner for the prize draw during the webinar. So make sure you attend the webinar. It'll be live on my YouTube channel on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Let's get on to the AlgoSniper review though. So this is the landing page. Again, the link will be in the description below. Very typical landing page, nothing that stands out particularly. The only good thing is they have a really good 7-day trial, which is relatively unusual for these indicators, so that was a good sign. So that's one of the reasons I signed up for it. They talk about the usual stuff, how it's AI driven. It's not, none of these things are. The system is pretty much what you'd expect from these algo systems. They have trends indicators, they have buy-sell indicators, they have momentum bands. It's very similar to a lot of these other systems out there. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with the signals. And I'd say this is on par so far with other ones that I've really enjoyed that have been simple and easy to use, such as Infinity Algo. You guys might remember I did a review on Infinity Algo on the channel. If you Google Infinity Algo review, you'll find some of my videos which are basically saying this is a really good one. This is actually very similar both in price and in lack of complexity with Infinity Algo. So both Infinity Algo and this AlgoSniper are very easy to use, very simple, there's very little settings to mess with, and the pricing's about the same at around $60 a month if you do the monthly with the free trial. It gets a bit cheaper if you go yearly, so $420 for the year, which is actually a really good deal. So overall, the price is good. It's not as good as Algo Pro, but the simplicity makes up for that, as does the free trial, which you get with this. Let's take a look at the indicator on one of the charts. I always start with the daily SPY, because people trade SPY quite a lot, right? It's quite a common one to do. I know I do. So here's a typical markup of the AlgoSniper on SPY daily. So of course it's going to look really nice on the daily chart. Generally, if these algos look bad on the daily chart, they're going to be terrible on the shorter time frames. So it's always good to see a buy signal here. We're above this green band, which is bullish. It turns red, there's a sell signal. We have a bit of downward price action, and then another buy signal here. Nice green band. So you can see we have these green and red bands, which are obviously the momentum, and the green buy and the red sell signals as well. So you can obviously short or you can sell your long position depending on where you're at in the cycle of things. On the way, you can see these diamonds. Those indicate potential profit taking positions, because it could indicate like a small pullback or even a reversal. So you might want to take profits as this thing goes up, for example. So really that's the two key things: the buy, the sell, the diamonds. The little arrows are also take profit positions, but they're kind of redundant. I just kind of ignore those so far. But you can see it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The thing I didn't like particularly about this is, although it's really simple, there's not much guidelines on this. There's no real booklet that tells you like how to do the settings. Luckily, the settings are very simple. There's not much to them. There's just a few boxes you can change that do slightly different things. Like you can show these dots, which I don't really see a huge point in. You'll see them pop up in the chart though. See all these dots. Not hugely helpful. So the simplicity is really good, but there's not a lot of explanation on some of these other things. Hopefully they're self-explanatory though. But honestly, I've not found any need to change a lot of these things or really anything to get what looks like good signals. Another con with this is there's no backtesting, so it's impossible to know how profitable this strategy is over the long run. You just have to eyeball it, which is never ideal, but it's really the only way to go. They do have a video which talks about that you really shouldn't be using this on the really short time frames. You can, but it's much harder, and that goes without saying. With all these algos, things get much harder on like the 1 minute and the 5 minute. They're saying don't drop below about 15 minutes on the time frame, but better, even for day trading, better like 30 minutes or an hour on the time frame. So let's look at let's just go to the 1 hour. So here's the 1 hour. You can see there's starting to become some fake outs here. You got a fake out here, a really good sell signal right here, a good buy signal, a really good buy signal here, and it goes up here. So this is the 1 hour. It's a little bit choppy. You can see things are starting to look a little bit less like you get a good percent win rate. They claim about an 85% win rate, but it depends on what you set your stop loss parameters and everything, as they don't give any indication of what your stop loss and take profit should be. Like I said, this is a really bare bones indicator. It's good, but it's bare bones, so you have to be able to trade a little bit by yourself, which is what you should be doing with all these indicators anyway. These should be confluence rather than complete trading strategies. But what they say in their material, which makes total sense, is if you have a red band here, you should be looking for closes beneath the red band, and if you get a sell signal, then you're good to go. If you get a sell signal when you're above the red band or in a green band, you might want to hold off, because it might not work out. It might work out as well. Doesn't mean just because it does happen below the red band that it'll work, but a lot of the times it does. See, this one's sort of an indication here. It's like we hadn't really broken this very convincingly, and it retraced pretty quickly. So you can see it's not perfect. None of these things are. Again, this was another bad example. We were in a green trend upwards, and there's a sell signal came in, and really, that's not really confluence, right? You've got a bullish trend and a bearish signal. So you might want to miss this one out, for example. Same with this one, although you did start to break the red, there wasn't a green bullish trend. So you can start to get rid of any fake signals by just kind of being careful with the momentum trend bands, these red and green bands right here. Overall, I think this is on par with Infinity Algo. I'll leave a link for both this one and Infinity Algo in the description below. I do recommend it. It looks decent, it's simple, and it's fairly low cost. Definitely worth checking out, at least on the trial, and see if you like it, because that's really the best you can do. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.